I am Feezel the Beast, and today I have quite the interesting topic. Now, before I get into the actual topic, let me say this. Man, age. Y'all gotta start thinking about the shit that y'all say before y'all say it. I don't know what logic people come up with when they say the shit that they say, but it's fucking stupid, to say the least. The topic is, men think women lose their value after they have a child. Yeah, I've never heard this one before. This is the first time I have ever heard anything like that before. But with the way that the world's progressing, I guess, you should expect people to think a little bit differently as time goes on. And this one just really threw me off. Where the fuck do I even start? I have to disagree. I have to disagree with the statement because it's stupid, bro. Like, there is no way and maybe it's this person's personal experience, and that's what I'm getting from this at this point. It has to have something to do with this woman's personal experience. Now, usually when I see stuff like this, I tend to speak on it. But it almost amazed me how many women agreed with this woman. Who the fuck told y'all this shit? I know one thing people do is they lie, especially if it's in an argument setting. They're gonna lie and say whatever it is that comes to mind to hurt your fucking feelings type of shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we all know this. But I don't think that men think that women lose their value after they have a child. If that was the fucking case, men wouldn't be married. Men wouldn't marry women with children. Men wouldn't adopt children. I don't know how else to fucking say it. Like, the thought process is really narrow-minded to me. There's no way that you can go off on a limb and say men just think that women lose their value after they have a child and believe this shit with the utmost certainty, with absolutely, you know what I'm saying, like zero, I can't even think of the fucking word. But whatever that word that's escaping me right now, there's no way. I don't get it. I don't understand the logic, the concept behind what it is that would make you think that this is what it is, simply because of a personal experience that you have went through. You can't blame a person's thought process on an entire gender simply because it's something that you've dealt with. You also can't blame a person's thought process off of your actions. You know what I mean? Like, because maybe you're a shitty woman. I don't know why women don't seem to get this logic that maybe you're just not the type of woman that you thought you was. Maybe the quality of woman that you are is that of what some would like to call a basic bitch. Y'all have these higher pedestals that you sit yourselves on, and expect everybody to follow suit when it don't work like that. Whatever shit that you've dealt with in your life, whatever personal experiences that you have in your life, it should not fall on whoever it is that you're trying to deal with at that moment. That's, for one, unfair, two, unnecessary, and three, again, fucking stupid. I don't know how else to say this shit. Y'all get hurt or go through these relationship issues, and you in your teens and your 20s and maybe late 20s, the early 30s, and your, what would you call it? Your relationship life is shit. Why is that everybody's fault but yours? If I don't know anything else in life, I know that life is based on decisions. If I were to base I'm picking this woman off of the other bitches that I've dealt with in my life and shit, I'd never be in a fucking relationship again. I wouldn't even be attracted to women in any aspect at that point. Because I've been through some fucked up shit in relationships. So, again, the thought process is fucking stupid. So, to say that men think that y'all lose y'all value, that's some shit that y'all put on yourselves. And then you get in that mindset. And then that mindset sticks. And then you're mad. And then you're mad at the world. And then you're mad at solely men. Then you start treating every dude that you come in contact with like shit based off of one thing that some other shitty dude told you. What the fuck does that have to do with the entire male race? For fucking one, if y'all have so much motherfucking power as you claim to have, or a lot of you claim to believe, stop opening your fucking legs for bum-ass dudes. Stop it. It is simple. Teach your children this shit. Teach your cousins this shit. Teach your sisters this shit. All of the younger ones that's coming up under you, teach them to keep their fucking legs closed. Because at the end of the fucking day, we can't do shit without y'all permission. Let's just base this on a perfect world thought process. We're not talking about the other shit that people have dealt with, which is really fucked up. It's not something that I condone or get along with. I don't appreciate it. I don't like it at all. You know, that whole rape thing. Let's negate that for a hot second and not completely, but just for the sake of this argument. We can't do shit without y'all. Right? Right. Say no. Don't go. Don't wait until after you've been impregnated, caught an STD, and everything else in between to be like, oh no, I don't want to fuck with men. I don't trust men enough to do. You know what I'm saying? Are we catching my drift at this point? It doesn't necessarily have to wait until marriage, but you could at least, at the very fucking least, choose wiser. Y'all go off of looks and money and whatever else, the shallow shit that attracts y'all. And them the type of niggas that you let fuck. Them the type of men that you let fuck. And fuck raw, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop letting losers nut in you. At some point, there has to be some fucking accountability. The mindset doesn't necessarily come from, well, she had a baby, so she's no longer that good as a human being or a female. No! It also plays a part in your thought process, how you carry yourself, if that makes any sense. There's a lot of women, and we're just going off of the ones that solely take care of their kids. Let's, you know, whatever, dudes and shit, they don't take care of the kids the way that they're supposed to, blah, blah, blah. But there's a lot of kids out here that look like shit. They stay with the parent, the mom not doing what the fuck she's supposed to do, because for one, she never wanted the kid in the fucking first place. She'd rather put this dude on child support and say fuck it and deal with her own shit, be a better person within herself. You caught up on this dude for nothing. Stupid. It is what it is. I mean, I'm on the outside looking in. Don't get me wrong. I don't have kids because I'm fucking smart. But on the other hand, like, yo, it seems like common sense to me. It seems like common fucking sense. Now, the fact that we've gotten that part out of the way where the thought process is fucking stupid and stop blaming other people for the shit that you've done in your goddamn life, because maybe if you wasn't so fast in the fucking ass, you wouldn't have had this problem. Maybe if you wasn't so goddamn gullible, you wouldn't have had this fucking problem. Are we getting to the point where, you know, common sense and being grown in life, the shit that y'all claim that y'all are so much being fucking grown? Now, don't get me wrong. Them dudes that ain't shit, they ain't shit. They trash, they dirt, they make it hard for good dudes to be good dudes to women because they so shit that y'all thought process turns that every dude in the world ain't shit. And that's completely unfucking fair. Now, that said, the reason that I disagree, or one of the reasons that I disagree with that thought process is, one thing that I have noticed over the years, and this will probably lead into a whole different segment that I didn't really want to make a video about because it would have been fairly short-lived. But since we're on this subject, this ties into that. One thing I've noticed is that after most women have children and they're that person that they decided to have a child by is not with them, or either not in the child's life or whatever, there's a lot of women that, you know, become like superwoman. Like they're just the best mother that you can possibly think of. They do everything in their power to take care of their kids. They, you know, go above and beyond to make sure that their children don't want for anything or don't need anything. Like their life goal is to make sure that child knows that mommy got you. And I see this with my own eyes. I see there's a ton of good mothers out there, a bunch of them. So knowing that I see shit like this, I noticed that a lot of them have become more of a stable, what's the word that I'm looking, not simple-minded, stable, strong-minded, one with common sense, the whole nine. I can't think of all of the compliments that I want to put into this long title, but they become the type of woman that could be married. That's what I see. I see it. It happens, but it's a lot of the time it happens after they have children. I came up in an era where, and it's probably like this within every era, but I came up in an era where the young women was just as fast as they wanted to be. They was nasty at the mouth. A lot of them didn't have a lot of self-respect, and it's worse these days. Social media expanded that. Social media fueled that type of persona in women. But before it was, music videos, video vixens, so forth and so on. They wanted to be like those, strippers and whatnot. So seeing that at that age, knowing that a lot of them was just fast as shit, they would leave school early to go be with this dude in his 20s. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and some in their 30s. You know, they wanted to be with that older man. They wanted that experience. Then they have a child and they slow down. Like, they slow down a lot. They think a lot clearer. They think more logically. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's after the child where the woman that can be married tends to flourish. For some reason, I have no idea why, But for some reason, it's like common. Every time I turn around, it's after she has had that first child that she becomes the type of woman that can be married. So, that said, there's no way that the majority of thought process in men is that women lose their value after they have a child. How? It doesn't make sense to me. It's not adding up at this point. It's not fucking adding up. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not at all. Now, I've touched on the subject about dating women with children, and there's a reason why I don't specifically, and most people know this, and if they don't know this, then they'll find out, but there's a reason why I don't date women with children specifically. I have my reasons and whatnot, but even though my thought process is that doesn't mean that I feel like women lose their value after they have children. They're usually better women for a good reason. Them ones that's, think about it right now, them ones that's single and don't have kids, them the wildest ones right now. The wildest. Those are the ones that hold little to no fucking value. Wild, loose, and way too fucking friendly. You see what I'm saying? I rest my case. Peace.
Number hustle, yeah. Mark Duke, Eddie G, hustle, number, trappers, number one.
That's all we know. Yeah, number hustlers, trappers, ballers, never